So for today's video, I am going to be doing one of my favorite things to do, which is duping a palette. So the Natasha Denona Zendo palette was recently launched. This is what the palette looks like. Pretty basic color story in the YouTube realm. But it's a $65 price point that a lot of people don't want to pay for. So I was going through some of my palettes that I had purchased, and I was looking to see if I had that color story, and I in fact did. We are only one shade that isn't quite in this palette, but it's one shade, one. So yeah, we're gonna do that today. I'm just gonna do a look on one look on each eye, and then I will tell you which is which. So if you want to see this look, well, keep watching. So I have similar brushes here, so we're going to use the same type of brush for each eye and go from there. Like I said, I have two sets of these Dew Color, so this is what we're going to use. So I will tell you the name of the shade in each palette as I use them. The first shade I'm going to go in with from the Natasha Denona palette is a shade Relief. And then I'm going to just tap that up here. It is like a peachy coral shade. My cats are in full play mode, so you will hear them in the background. Probably see one or two pop in, hop in, jump in. That's what they do. Now this shade is going on very beautifully, as all Natasha shadows do. She is one of the few brands that I do splurge on, but I know not everybody can afford to do that, so I try to find dupes for palettes. So from the LA Girl, I don't even know if I told y'all what palette it was. It's the LA Girl Hey Hey Vacay. And I'm going to go in with the shade Sandals. And I'm going to tap that. See? Woo! Look at the pigment in that. I literally just had a cat slide across my makeup table onto the floor. I wish I had cameras behind the camera so you could see the silliness that goes on. I have been asked if I could do a updated cat collection video because I do have 19 cats. So if you're interested in that, just leave a comment. Put a kitty in your comment in the description box. Because if you know me, you know my cats are life. Okay, so then I'm just going back in on the Natasha Denona side and blending that. So let's go in with a smaller blending brush. And I'm going to go in with Vigor, which is this shade right here, and I'm going to take that right into the crease. So dupes are something that I really enjoy finding and using because not everybody can afford, you know, the higher end palette. So then I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to tap, because that shade is not exact in this palette, I'm going to tap between this one and this one. They are Bikini and Heat. And I'm going to just take that into the lower part of the crease. And as you see, Even though it's not the exact shade, we got the exact result. So do we have to pay $65? No, no we don't. I'm going to go back in with this brush and just blend a little bit. Okay. So the next shade we will go in with will be Mindful. Now it is a satin shade, so it does have a little bit of glitter in it, which I don't mind as long as it's not super glittery. And we're, oh, wrong palette. Okay, we're gonna go in on this side. Oh Lord, the cats are crazy. And we're just gonna keep dabbing to build up the pigment on the corner. And then I'm just going to do little gentle circles, like that. And then I'm going to go back in with that shade Vigor, and I'm just going to blend right above it. We're just re-intensifying all the shades. And then I'm going to go back in with Relief, which is that first shade. And I'm going to blend that out. Blending is key no matter what palette you're using. And that is that. Excuse my lighting. My cats broke my ring light. Still waiting on the other ring light. And, well, yeah. We've got a mess going on. So what brush is that I use? I'm gonna go in with, it's the shade Take Me, which is also a kind of satin. And I'm gonna tell you, for the first time, I think the textures are pretty similar on this palette. This one has a little more shimmer in it than the other one, but that's okay. As we dab and blend, we'll get rid of some of that shimmer. And then I'm just going to take this and we're going to blend. That is that. And since we have this palette in our hand, we're just going to go ahead and go in with our lid shade. And I'm going to go in with XOXO. It's this like peachy shimmer. And that is on a dry brush. Completely dry brush. And then I'm going to take that brown that we were using and I'm going to do that to tap it out. And then I'm going to re-intensify just as we did on the Natasha Denona side. And just blend it all out. Like that. And then for the Natasha Denona side, we're going to find the same brush outline. And I'm going to go in with the shade Calm. Let's go in with Tranquil. Calm was a little too . going to go in with Luster. It's a little bit of a golder shade. Let's see if we can, yeah, there we go. Over the peach. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Glowing over here. So we can try to make them, look at that. I'm telling you, y'all, don't sleep on dupes. I personally like the LA color side better, but, and that coming from me, which is a huge Natasha Denona fan. Okay, let's see what we can do to calm this down over here. So I'm going to take the brown again from the Natasha Denona and build that out like that. Okay, let me see what I can do here. What shade? Let's. There we go. So I'm going to hop off and do my base, and we'll come back and finish the eyes. Okay, so let's put some highlighter on real quick. I'm going to use the Catrice in a Box highlighter. Time to glue that one back on, I guess. Let's try this again. We're going to use the Catrice highlighter from the box thing. So like that. I'm just going to take my powder brush and clean up my craziness. Okay, so for the bottom lash line, I am going to go in with my hair in my mouth. I'm going to go in with the shade Sia. It's the teal color. Make sure we're going on the right eye. And that's about a pretty shade. So then we're going to take the same exact brush. I guess that's the benefit of being a brush hoarder, huh? You got enough brushes for both eyes. And then from the Natasha Denona palette, I'm going to go in with Mantra. Ooh, let's try this again, which is a little bit darker, which is fine. We can go in with just a little bit more on the other side. Yeah. And then we're going to just take a nice fluffy blush and blend and blend. And those are the two looks, and I really don't think we're like $65 worth off. That is just my opinion. I'm gonna just darken this little bit over here. Yep, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, $65, $15.99. This is sold at Ulta. They do have it in stock online, and here in Tampa they have it in stock in all the stores. So I got a crap ton of color liners, but we're just gonna go in with black today. It's not that one. So I think it's time to replace my elf. What do you think? I have a backup in one of my messy drawers. No. my drawers are not a mess. I'm too OCD for all that. But yeah, I have a backup already. This one I think is completely shot. It's dried out. But it worked. I have so many new mascaras I need to try. But I just don't want to have too many open at once. So I'm just going to go in with some mascara. The Lash Princess Never Lets Me Down. Might be time to open a new one of these. Also, yeah, it's still working. So tell me, what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on these two palettes? Would you pick up the Natasha Denona or would you pick up the LA Girl? I think they're pretty similar. If you want, I can swatch them side by side. I don't think swatches tell everything, so I'm not a big swatch person, but if that's something you would like, just let me know. I will do it. I'm just going to put a little Profusion in the shade Bear. Do a little inner corner highlight. And for that, I'm going to go in with Seashell from the LA Girl. And for Natasha, there really isn't a shade, so I'm just going to go in with the Seashell for the inner corner highlight over here too. So that is today's look. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up. And until next time, ladies and gents, let's build each other up, be proud of who you are, and always stay beautiful. Much love.